Hey Grizzlies, this is Kenna and I'm back with your virtual Grizzly News Network. It's almost time for winter break, but make sure you end the semester with a bang and ace your semester exams. This year's election was one for the books, but do you know how we elect our president every 4 years? Here's a quick rundown of the Electoral College.
What is the Electoral College? I asked my friend what they thought it was because although there may be some people our age who do know all about it, there are also people who don't. Personally, I find it in politics interesting and something everyone should be educated on. Anyways, this is what she had to say.
The Electoral College is a vital component in how the next U.S. president is elected. So a president candidate has to achieve at least 270 or more votes to have the majority of the Electoral College. And that's how they determine whether or not they're going to be the next president.
Everything Jasmine said was correct. Essentially, when people are voting, they're actually voting for a group of electors, which is the Electoral College. The number of electors each state gets is equal to its total number of senators and representatives in Congress. So the process of using electors comes from the Constitution, and each elector casts one electoral vote following the general election. There are a total of 538 electoral votes, and the candidate that gets more than half of the votes wins the election.
Thanks, Roxy. Seniors, don't forget to fill out your FAFSA application to see how much federal money you can receive for college. Juniors, your ACT is coming up fast. Have you been studying? Are you a swimmer? The fate of the spring season sport is still unknown, but here's Dravco to fill you in.
Hey Grizzlies, so it looks like it is time for my annual swim video. I think it should be the last one though, unless I get held back, so let's not rule that out, but hopefully this is the last video about swim that you see from me. So as some of you may know, I'm a club swimmer. I swim for Sandpipers of Nevada. As some of you may also know, there's like this virus thing going around. It's like really bad, and like we can't really do sports this year, which is like kind of messed up. But since I do swim on an actual team, we've been swimming all summer, so we haven't actually missed that much time off. It is really restricted that we have to wear masks almost the entire time. Obviously not in the pool, that would suck. But yeah, so as it turns out, my swim coach is actually the swim coach at Palo Verde High School. He is pretty much in charge of spring sports for the entire region, including Spring Valley. So I have practice today, and we're gonna try to corner him and get an interview afterwards. Hopefully that works out. Hey Grizzlies, I'm here with Coach Brent, and
I am the swim coach over at Palo Verde High School, and I'm also the vice president of our swimming association.
So Coach Brent, what's going on with spring sports this year? Are we gonna have a season or no?
Well, it all does depend on COVID. I do know they would like us to have a season for spring sports, especially since our spring sports were cut short last year with basically having 2.5 weeks. So the goal is to have spring sports, but it does all depend on COVID restrictions on what is going on with that at that time.
So speaking of restrictions, what would that imply?
Well, if they do have sports, I'm sure it will be them wearing masks when you're not competing. And I think it would come down to sport, talking swimming specifically. We would be, wearing our mask up until we get in the water. When we get out of the water, we have to, wear the mask like that. team sizes may be limited, because they're reducing the number of kids around, and how many people will be on the deck. We may try to spread people out farther.
So since we do club swimming, we've been actually practicing this since the beginning of summer. Could any of those rules translate into swim specifically
Yes.
for school?
And we've already, we as coaches, we've already done some preliminary things as part of being on a committee. For the year, we've looked at what restrictions we're doing here in club swimming, and we want to bring that into the high school sport. We do want kids to swim, but we do want to keep it safe.
Okay, well, thank you, Coach Brett. Thank you, Coach Brett. That was very, very useful. Hopefully, we do end up getting a spring sports season this year. And more specifically, let's hope we get a swim season. I would really, really like that. But anyways, have a great day, Grizzlies, and now back to you.
Hello, students. I'm Mr. Larnard, principal of Spring Valley High School, the home of the real SV. Yeah!
And I'm Mrs. Larnard, principal at Clark High School, home of the Chargers.
Tonight, we have our first Principal's Challenge.
This evening, we will be doing the Saltine Cracker Challenge. Who can finish the most saltine crackers in 1 minute? Our judge this evening, Scout Pope, come on over.
Hi.
She'll be timing us, and she will be the judge as to who wins the challenge this evening. All right, Scout, let's get going.
Ready, set, go.
I think that's a bad idea, Mr. Larnard. I think it's a really bad idea.
Come.
30 seconds.
One more.
Scout, doesn't he have to finish them?
You have to swallow them.
One.
I'm not cleaning that.
Neither.
10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Well,
Scott, I finished 2. How many did you finish,
Did
Mr.
you
Larnard?
swallow them?
no. We're wrong.
But they're on the table.
Scout, who's the winner this evening of the first
Um,
principal challenge?
The Clark Chargers are.
Ah!
This year is almost at an end, and our time at home gave us an opportunity to listen to some new music. Here's Natalie and Morgan to give you their top picks for this year's music.
Hi everyone, here is our top 5 picks for this year's new music. Levitating by Dua Lipa hit our number 5 list. It's your classic song about telling the boy how you feel, but with a cool, fun song to dance to. Next is Wes Nilson's See Nobody is in the number 4 spot. I really love how this song can easily become your new favorite song to dance to. Such a really cool song. Next in the number 3 spot is Little Mix's Confetti album. Every song these group of girls put out really speaks to you in such a cool way. Definitely worth checking out. And for the number 2 spot, Therefore I Am by Billie Eilish will empower many girls to be a strong, confident woman who doesn't let anyone push her around. And last but not least, Ariana Grande's album called Positions takes the number 1 spot. Many fans are very excited as we're happy with this amazing album. Such powerful lyrics with great style.
Thanks, girls. This is Kenna with GNN. See you next time.